Hi everyone, today I will show you an interesting research named Heritage Luxury Brands Insight into Consumer Motivation across different age groups. This research was based on qualitative market research, an international journal. I have summarized that research into brief information and easy to understand. I hope you like it and I will help you have a clear view of this topic through six questions. The first question is, what is the topic of research? And I will talk about the research briefly. Next, the second question is, I will talk about the research background and the importance of research. The third question is, what are the research questions? And then we will see the results of various research in the question 4. Next up, in question 5, theoretical framework of research will be mentioned. And the last, let's review the result of this research. Is what is the topic of research? That is heritage luxury brands insight into consumer motivation across different age groups. This study delivers additional insight to the literature, especially in the areas of knowing how the consumer are motivated when heritage is incorporated as a distinct dimension, and its work conducted through the analysis of interview data with consumers of three different age groups: less adolescents 16 to 25 years old, middle-aged adults 33 to 40 years, and older adults 67 to 76 years old. Finally, it has practical implications. Luxury brand managers should be carefully considered as different when planning their marketing activities. About next question, why is important to carry out the research despite growing attention to the heritage dimension of luxury brand? Little research has been undertaken on how motivation may influence the consumption behavior of heritage luxury brands consumers. This study provides insight into the complex interplay between consumers' age and purchase motivation of heritage luxury brands. The finding of this study contribute to the both streams of research on luxury and heritage. It extends the theoretical stream that deal with the purchase motives of luxury and brand consumers to the best of the other knowledge. This is the first study of its kind simultaneous coinciding heritage and luxury brands dimension by exploring the motivation of consumer and different age group. This study mainly diverges from the previous literature on consumer motivation as it sheds light on the relevance of concepts such as investment, perceived value, inheritance value, and vintage potential. Their aspects have been little investigate in the luxury and heritage. Now we have the question that we need to find the answer at the end of the research. The general research question explored in the study was what motivation is it among consumers of different age groups toward heritage luxury brands, given the lack of prior theoretical and empirical research that particular examined consumer motivation toward heritage luxury brands. A qualitative exploratory approach was adopted. Next, I will point out the finding of various studies. Heritage luxury has been the focus of much research over the past few years. Scholars have been mainly interested in illustrating the advantages of heritage association to the luxury branding. They found that history aspect of the brand is essential for maintaining the symbolic appeal of luxury brand. It also contribute to the literature of heritage that examine consumer behavior. We researchers have found that individuals of all age develop attitudes that are derived from physiological benefits. Nostalgia was analyzed as one of drivers of long-lasting brands and associated this with positive purchase intent, especially among older consumers. Further, they argue that brand attachment can actually be debated whenever the consumer is established a connection with the brand not necessary during the early period. Consumers were inspired to purchase heritage brands because of their ability to deliver value over time. As Patrician own believed, heritage luxury brand products was sound investment compared to other brands. In this study to examine how different age groups make the sense of heritage luxury brands, the functional the theory of attitude and the identity development theory will be used to the theoretical frameworks. The functional theory of attitude posits that one's attitude directly influences their behavior, including consumer behavior. Thus, brands must appeal to the functionals of an attitude to change the attitude itself. It provides a useful framework to understand motives underlying consumer attitude at different ages. According to identity development theorists, one's age affects their personal motivation, identity, or sense of self tend to change a personal values and modify one's human needs over a lifetime. Their needs and values often fluctuate due during the early stage of adulthood and adolescence and are often stable during one middle age and older adulthood. Finally, let's review the result of this research. The findings presented in this study clearly indicate that heritage brands played an important role in the transmission of France's favorite theme, stories, and the value. The finding relates that customers themselves identify purchase drivers based on their perception of France's investment values and moderate appreciation, education, potential to become British and inherited value. As difference also emerges in how participants discuss their themes and how they relate to attitude function, such as social adjustice, anti-radiation, and hedonic. The data collection strategy focused on uncovering motives underlying heritage luxury brand customer behavior. Thank you for listening.